I'm Miss Gretta, and I'm back in the lab with another experiment today. I hope you are doing well because I know I am. So now this month we are talking about commitment, which means taking a plan and putting it into practice. Now when you are committed to do something, you are making a promise to do it and you carry it out faithfully, right? You know, you do it no matter what, even if there are times when you don't even feel like it. Say, for example, you might say, I'm actually going to have time with God every day. You're going to have a quiet time with Him. Now, you are very excited about spending time with God each day, and you are doing so well talking to Him, and you are staying very focused. And then one day you wake up and you think, I just don't feel like doing it today. So maybe you decide you want to go play with your friends, or you would rather spend time with a video game instead of spending time with God. But now then you remember that you made a commitment. You are going to do it because you tell yourself, no, I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to have my quiet time. So now I just want to jump right into our experiment today. Okay, you ready? All right, let's go. Okay, so for this experiment, you see I have a picture of water, and then I have a bowl, because I'm going to need that in a minute. And then I have a mason jar with a lid, and then we're going to use an index card. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pour water into my jar. It's just going right in there. Y'all see the water going in? I'm trying not to splash it all around and make a mess. You can fill the jar up however full you want it. You know, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to fill it up, let's say 3/4 full. That's just what I'm feeling today. But you could take it all the way to the top if you wanted to. All right, then I'm going to take my index card, and I'm going to put it on top, and then I'm going to flip it over. Now, when I do them, you might see a little water come out, but I want you to watch what happens with the card. Are you ready? Okay. So now you see, I'm holding the jar upside down, and the card is sticking to the jar. Isn't that cool? But I want you to see what happens when I pull the card out. Now again, you might see a little water that collected on top of the card, but did you notice? What is happening with the rest of the water in the jar? Is it coming out? It's still staying there. I can take it this way. I can go up and down. But what would happen if did you see that? I tilted it, and then water comes out, but then it stops right away again. Oh, isn't that exciting? Well, you may be saying, Miss Gretta, how did that happen? Let's get to the science. All right, so it's so exciting, so you're thinking, how in the world could that have happened? So the water was suspended in the jar because of atmospheric pressure, which is the pressure exerted by all the surrounding air. Now, in our experiment, the atmospheric pressure is the force that holds the index card into place. Remember when the card was on top? Now, the pressure of the air molecules that pushed up on the card was greater than the weight of the water pushing down. So it kept the card in place. Now, do you remember that the water stayed in the jar after the card was removed? And that is because of surface tension. Now, there's one thing I didn't show you in the very beginning, but I inserted a screen like this one into the top of the jar of the lid. So now there's a little screen, all right? And because the screen was there, the surface of the liquid acted as if it had a thin membrane stretched over it. So the water stayed in the jar because the molecules of the water would join together to form the thin membrane between each little tiny opening in the screen. But you remember when I tipped the jar, the air came into it and broke the seal, and that is when you saw the water come out of the jar. Isn't science so much fun? So you may be saying, Miss Gretta, what does that have to do with commitment? Well, when we are committed, we stick to it, just like the card stuck to the jar. And when we are focused, you know, we are so sharp. We're doing everything like we're supposed to. But when we lose our focus, we lose our momentum, just like when the water came out of the jar. when the seal was broken. Now, I want to read a Bible verse to you from 1 Timothy 4, chapter 8, and it says, training the body has some value, but being godly has value in every way. It promises help for the life you are now living and the life to come. So staying committed to what we say we will do is very good. It helps us in every way. God is always committed to us. He never loses his focus, and he sticks with us. So let's try to live our lives like God and Jesus and have commitment. So I want you to go out there and I want you to practice commitment in all you say and do. And when you do that, you will be showing others you are trying to be like Jesus. All right, have a great day and I'll see you next time.